Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, 3 generations of faith, promises, and challenges. From their covenants with God to their family struggles, we'll test your knowledge with a captivating quiz that covers their journeys, relationships, and significance in the Bible. So, grab your thinking caps, gather your friends and family, and let's see if you can ace the ultimate Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob quiz. If you want to keep your Bible knowledge sharp and have some fun testing yourself each week, then hit that subscribe button. 1. What was Abraham's reaction to Sarah's demand to send Hagar and Ishmael away? Your options are: he agreed, he refused, he was distressed, he was relieved. The answer is: he was distressed. Abraham was distressed because Ishmael was also his son, but God told him to listen to Sarah, Genesis 21 verses 11 to 12. Two. Where did Hagar and Ishmael wander after being sent away? Your options are: wilderness of Paran, wilderness of Shur, wilderness of Sin, wilderness of Zin. The answer is: wilderness of Paran. Hagar and Ishmael wandered in the wilderness of Paran, Genesis 21 verse 21. Three. How did God provide for Hagar and Ishmael in the wilderness? Your options are: sent a raven, opened her eyes to a well, sent an angel, sent manna. The answer is: opened her eyes to a well. God opened Hagar's eyes to a well of water, saving them from dying of thirst, Genesis 21 verse 19. 4. What test did God give Abraham regarding his son Isaac? Your options are: to abandon him, to bless him, to sacrifice him, to anoint him. The answer is: to sacrifice him. God tested Abraham by asking him to sacrifice his son Isaac on Mount Moriah, Genesis 22 verse 2. 5. What did Isaac ask Abraham on their way to the sacrifice? Your options are: where is the lamb? Where are we going? Why are we alone? What are we doing? The answer is: where is the lamb? Isaac asked Abraham where the lamb for the burnt offering was, not knowing he was the intended sacrifice, Genesis 22 verse 7. 6. What was provided as a substitute for Isaac's sacrifice? Your options are: a ram, a goat, a bull, a sheep. The answer is: a ram. God provided a ram caught in a thicket as a substitute for Isaac, Genesis 22 verse 13. 7. What name did Abraham give to the place where he was to sacrifice Isaac? Your options are: Jehovah Nissi, Jehovah Shalom, Jehovah Jireh, Jehovah Rapha. The answer is Jehovah Jireh. Abraham named the place Jehovah Jireh, meaning, the Lord will provide, Genesis 22 verse 14. 8. What did the angel of the Lord promise Abraham after the test? Your options are wealth, land, descendants as stars, long life. The answer is descendants as stars. The angel of the Lord promised Abraham numerous descendants and blessings, Genesis 22 verse 17. 9. Where was Sarah buried? Your options are in Egypt, at Mamre, in a cave at Machpelah, by the Jordan River. The answer is in a cave at Machpelah. Sarah was buried in the cave of Machpelah, which Abraham bought as a burial site, Genesis 23 verse 19. 10. How old was Sarah when she died? Your options are 120, 125, 127, 130. The answer is 127. The Bible states Sarah lived to be 127 years old, Genesis 23 verse 1. 11. Who did Abraham purchase the cave of Machpelah from? Your options are Abimelech, Ephron the Hittite, Lot, Laban. The answer is Ephron the Hittite. Abraham purchased the cave of Machpelah from Ephron the Hittite, Genesis 23 verse 16. 12. Why did Abraham insist on paying for the burial site? Your options are to show his wealth, to follow custom, to avoid indebtedness, to honor Sarah. The answer is to avoid indebtedness. Abraham insisted on paying to avoid being indebted to the Hittites, Genesis 23 verse 13. 13. Who did Abraham send to find a wife for Isaac? Your options are his servant, his brother, Lot, Laban. The answer is his servant. Abraham sent his chief servant to find a wife for Isaac from his homeland, Genesis 24 verses 2 to 4. 14. Who offered water to Abraham's servant at the well? Your options are Rachel, Leah, Rebekah, Sarah. The answer is Rebekah. Rebekah offered water to Abraham's servant and his camels, fulfilling the sign, Genesis 24 verses 18 to 19. 15. What was Rebekah's response when asked if she would go with Abraham's servant? Your options are she hesitated, she refused, she prayed, she agreed. The answer is she agreed. The Bible tells us Rebekah simply said, "I will go," Genesis 24 verse 58, when asked if she would accompany Abraham's servant to marry Isaac. This brief but decisive answer highlights her willingness and trust in the unknown future. 16. What was the sign that Rebekah was the chosen wife for Isaac? Your options are: her hospitality, her beauty, her family, her wealth. The answer is her hospitality. Rebekah's act of hospitality by offering water confirmed her as the chosen wife, Genesis 24 verse 19. 17. What gifts did the servant give Rebekah at the well? Your options are: bracelets and earrings, necklace and ring, anklets and necklace, ring and crown. The answer is bracelets and earrings. The servant gave Rebekah gold bracelets and earrings as gifts, Genesis 24 verse 22. 18. Who decided that Rebekah should leave immediately with Abraham's servant? Your options are: Laban, Rebekah, her mother, her father. The answer is Rebekah. Rebekah agreed to leave immediately when asked directly, Genesis 24 verse 58. 19. Who did Abraham marry after Sarah's death? Your options are: Hagar, Keturah, Milcah, Reumah. The answer is Keturah. Abraham married Keturah after Sarah's death and had more children, Genesis 25 verse 1. 20. How many sons did Keturah bear to Abraham? Your options are: 4, 6, 8, 10. The answer is 6. Keturah bore 6 sons to Abraham: Zimran, Jokshan, Medan, Midian, Ishbak, and Shua, Genesis 25 verse 2. 21. Who received Abraham's inheritance? Your options are: all his sons, Isaac alone, Isaac and Ishmael, Isaac and his sons with Keturah. The answer is Isaac alone. Abraham left all he had to Isaac, but gave gifts to his other sons while he was still alive, Genesis 25 verses 5 to 6. 22. Where was Abraham buried after his death? Your options are: in Egypt, in Hebron, in Machpelah, in Beersheba. The answer is in Machpelah. Abraham was buried in the cave of Machpelah beside Sarah, Genesis 25 verses 9 to 10. 23. Who buried Abraham? Your options are: Isaac alone, Ishmael alone, Isaac and Ishmael together, his grandsons. The answer is Isaac and Ishmael together. Isaac and Ishmael buried their father Abraham together. Genesis 25 verse 9. 24. What was Rebekah's condition that caused Isaac to pray to the Lord? Your options are: she was barren, she was ill, she was too young, she was too old. The answer is: she was barren. Rebekah was barren, and Isaac prayed to the Lord on her behalf. Genesis 25 verse 21. 25. What were the names of Rebekah's twin sons? Your options are: Esau and Jacob, Ishmael and Isaac, Cain and Abel, Perez and Zerah. The answer is: Esau and Jacob. Rebekah gave birth to twins named Esau and Jacob. Genesis 25 verses 24 to 26. 26. What was the physical difference between Esau and Jacob at birth? Your options are: Esau was bald, Esau was hairy, Jacob was pale, Jacob was large. The answer is: Esau was hairy. Esau was born red and hairy, while Jacob was smooth-skinned. Genesis 25 verse 25. 27. What did Esau sell to Jacob in exchange for food? Your options are: his birthright, his blessing, his land, his livestock. The answer is: his birthright. Esau sold his birthright to Jacob for a meal of bread and lentil stew. Genesis 25 verses 33 to 34. 28. How did Rebekah influence Jacob and Esau's relationship? Your options are: favored Esau, favored Jacob, treated them equally, ignored them. The answer is: favored Jacob. Rebekah favored Jacob, influencing the dynamics between the two brothers. Genesis 25 verse 28. 29. What characteristic was Esau known for? Your options are: being a homebody, being a skilled hunter, being a farmer, being a scholar. The answer is: being a skilled hunter. Esau was known as a skillful hunter and a man of the field. Genesis 25 verse 27. 30. What characteristic was Jacob known for? Your options are: being a scholar, being a skillful hunter, being a peaceful man, being a warrior. The answer is: being a peaceful man. Jacob was described as a quiet man who stayed among the tents. Genesis 25 verse 27. 31. Who were the Canaanite women Esau married? Your options are: Basemath and Mahalath, Judith and Basemath, Adah and Zillah, Leah and Rachel. The answer is Judith and Basemath. The Bible mentions the names of Esau's Canaanite wives, Judith, daughter of Beri the Hittite, and Basemath, daughter of Elon the Hittite, Genesis 26 verse 34. Hittites were descendants of Canaan, so they are considered Canaanite women in this context. 32. What did Rebekah do when she learned of Isaac's intention to bless Esau? Your options are: she warned Esau. She stayed silent. She deceived Isaac. She rejoiced. The answer is: she deceived Isaac. Rebekah instructed Jacob to deceive Isaac and receive the blessing intended for Esau, Genesis 27 verses 5 to 10. 33. How did Jacob deceive Isaac to receive Esau's blessing? Your options are: by changing clothes, by pretending to be Esau, by bribing Isaac, by asking Rebekah to help. The answer is: by pretending to be Esau. Jacob wore Esau's clothes and put goat skins on his hands and neck to deceive Isaac, Genesis 27 verses 15 to 16. 34. How did Isaac react to the deception when he discovered it? Your options are: he was angry. He was indifferent. He blessed Jacob again. He trembled violently. The answer is: he trembled violently. Isaac trembled violently when he realized he had been deceived and had blessed Jacob instead of Esau, Genesis 27 verse 33. 35. What was Esau's reaction when he learned of Jacob's deception? Your options are: he forgave Jacob. He was indifferent. He wept and vowed revenge. He laughed it off. The answer is: he wept and vowed revenge. Esau wept bitterly and vowed to kill Jacob after learning of the deception, Genesis 27 verse 41. 36. How did Rebekah protect Jacob from Esau's anger? Your options are: she hid him. She sent him away to her brother. She confronted Esau. She asked Isaac to intervene. The answer is: she sent him away to her brother. Rebekah sent Jacob to her brother Laban in Haran.